Good morning. This video is being prepared for the students of class 10 of Odisha, and today's topic I have taken, it is class 10 English poem, that is on Solitary Reaper. It is written by William Wordsworth. In this poem, today we will discuss about the poet, a brief introduction, then the poem and its explanation, summary of the poem, and activities. Let us see, before going that, let us know about William Wordsworth. Now you are looking at the portrait of William Wordsworth. Let us know something about him. William Wordsworth was a romantic poet in English, and it is said that he has started the romanticism in English literature. Before him, there was no English writers or poets, those who have written on romanticism. So William Wordsworth was known as the creator of the Romantic Age. He was a romantic poet in English. William Wordsworth took his birth on 7th April 1770 in Cockermouth, United Kingdom. Now we say it is Great Britain or England today, and died on 23rd April 1850 in Riddle Mount and Gardens, UK. This poem was written in 1805 but published in 1807. His poems, William Wordsworth, mainly focuses on nature and its relation to man, and he has written a lot of poems. Among them, his best creations are Lucy Poems, The Daffodils, We Are Seven, Ode, etc. Let us have a brief introduction about the poem The Solitary Reaper. The Solitary Reaper, you can mark here the picture of a girl. This girl is solitary. Solitary means lonely, alone. And a reaper means one who does the work of farming, that is cultivation. You see, there is a sickle in her hand and some grain. Perhaps the girl was cutting and binding the corn. This poem, Solitary Reaper, is about a Highland Scottish girl. The girl belonged to Scotland. Highland means the mountain regions of Scotland. That is Highland Scottish girl. She was cutting and binding the crop alone. She was alone. At that time, she was singing a melancholy song with a melodious tune. The poet, while passing by, the poet means William Wordsworth, while passing through the valley, became spellbound, stood motionless, and listened the song, and at last he admired the song as the best of all. Now let us see the poem and its explanation. The Solitary Reaper by William Wordsworth. Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself, stop here or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain, and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the well profound is overflowing with the sound. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands of travellers in some shady haunt among Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the siege among the farthest breeds. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far off things and battles long ago. Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss, or pain that has been and may be again? Whatever the theme the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending, I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. Oh, I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. Let us read in detail about the poem stanza wise. The first stanza tells, behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself, stop here or gently pass. Here the poet wants to say a Scottish woman was reaping the grain alone in her field and was singing a melodious song. While passing with other co travelers, the poet instructed them to stop and listen the song. If not, pass gently without disturbing the girl. Now come to second stanza. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the well profound is overflowing with the sound. Here he says, the girl was alone and she was doing the work of cutting and binding the grain. By that time, she was singing a very sad song. Melancholy strain means very sad song. So he was so impressed with the song that he felt as if the deep valley is overflowing with the sound. So the poet again felt if the valley is overflowing with our music, uh, so he instructed his co-travelers not to disturb the girl. Please listen carefully or go gently. Now come to stanza number 3. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands of travelers in some shady hand among Arabian sands. Next stanza. A voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the siege among the farthest breeds. In these two stanzas, the poet compares the tune of the girl with a nightingale and speculates that the girl's song was superb, means the best. He admires her voice and tells that the thrilling voice of the cuckoo bird will lag behind her voice. Ordinarily, the thrilling voice of a cuckoo bird can break the ocean's silence around the Scottish islands. Now come to next stanzas. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far off things and battles long ago. Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss, or pain that has been and may be again? In these two stanzas, the poet William Wordsworth could not get at the theme of the poem. So he wanted to imagine the meaning of the song. At first, he asked his co travelers if they knew the meaning of the song, but all in vain. But at last he wanted to imagine the meaning of the song, as none of the companions could tell him the meaning. He thought the song must be a sad song related to tragedy of ancient battles, pains, or sorrows of our everyday domestic life related to death or suffering. Now come to last two stanzas. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. In these two stanzas, the maiden was singing the song, and it was an endless song as the poet felt. The girl was working, bending over to cut the grain with a sickle, and the poet listened the song from beginning to end, motionless, but he felt the song has no ending. So at last, as he walked up the hill, he carried the music in his heart, which he could never hear afterwards. It means he listened the song only once. Now let us see the summary of the poem The Solitary Reaper. A Highland Lass means a Scottish girl, the young girl living in the hilly areas or mountain regions of Scotland. She is a Highland Lass. A Highland Lass was singing a sad song with a melodious tune while working in her field alone. She was alone in her field. The poet, while passing by, became spellbound when he listened the song. The poet asked his companions, means his fellow travelers or co-travelers, companions, about the theme of the song, but all in vain. But it means all in vain means they could not give the proper answer or what is the theme of the poem to the poet. So the poet thought that the song bears the theme of an old tragedies of battles or the pain and sorrows that everyone endures in everyday life. Then the poet compares the voice with the voice of a nightingale. Nightingale is the name of a bird. It can be found in the Arabian deserts. Whenever the travelers in the desert, they walk for a long time, they become tired. Sometimes they want to take rest. In the desert areas, we can find some oases. Oasis means a place where there will be water and some big trees also, there will be shade. There, whenever they are taking rest, if the nightingale makes its sound, then it will give a soothness to the tired travelers, and their tiredness will be removed. That is a bird nightingale. So the poet compares the voice with the voice of a nightingale and a cuckoo bird. Cuckoo is a bird. It has a very thrilling voice, and felt that the voice of the Highland Lass was far sweeter than these two, means nightingale and cuckoo bird. From these two birds, the tune of the Highland Lass is sweeter. The poet is utterly enchanted, means delighted, became very happy about the beauty of the song. The poet listened to the song by being motionless and still. He bears the rhythm in his heart forever as he climbed up the hill. Here we can say the things that we see or we enjoy or we see or feel, if that is beautiful and if it touches our heart, we keep that thing in our heart forever. So the moral of the poem, The Solitary Reaper, is a thing of beauty is a joy forever. And altogether we can say this poem, The Solitary Reaper, is a ballad. Ballad means a poem with a small story in it. So there is a story here in this poem, so it is a ballad. Now let us look at some of the interesting activities. I have given 4 activities and this one is the first activity. Here multiple choice is given. You have to select only one that is correct. Hebrides means a group of islands found near dash Sri Lanka, Scotland, Antarctica, Philippines. Number 2. Which of the following bird has a sweet voice? Nightingale, crow, pigeon, eagle. The girl was doing the dash when the poet noticed her. Household work, it means she was doing the household work or cooking, work related to farming, stitching a frock. Number 4. The poet described the cuckoo's voice as dash thrilling, unpleasant, coarse means rough, then none of the above. The Highland lass was using a dash to cut the grain, knife, sword, sickle, a pair of scissors. Now let us see activity 2. Here 6 statements are given. You have to see whether the statements are true or false. Write T for true and F for false. You have to write here true or false. The setting of the poem is the mountain region of Scotland. In the poem, there are 2 reapers working in the field. The maiden was singing a sad song. The nightingale can be found in the Arabian deserts. The poet heard the music only once. Plaintive numbers means sad music. I'll give you the script where you can get the meanings also. Now come to activity number 3. Here we have to match column A with B. In column A there are some words. In column B there are phrases. Here maiden, shady haunt, humble lay, melancholy strain, cuckoo. Here sad song, young girl, a bird with thrilling voice, a place with water in a desert, ordinary song. Now activity 4. Here you can answer these questions in a word or a sentence. These answers can be in a word also. Where was the field of the girl? Whom did the poet ask about the theme of the song? Where does the travelers get relaxed while moving in a desert? What is the season the poet used in the poem? Where does the poet bear the music? I'll give you everything in script, means about the poet, introduction, then poem and explanation, summary of the poem, and the activities, all in separate papers in script. Then you have to follow them and do the activities by yourself. Those are very interesting and easy activities. Thank you.